Hello, today I'd like to just give a brief update to my V40 motherboard. Get it all connected up here. I've got my CGA card connected to I've got the composite output going to a screen. You can see the biggest change is I've added the ATX power connector there. So I did this mostly because the original style power connectors are getting harder to get and more expensive, and the ATX is a lot more affordable, and then that eliminates the need also for a adapter cable. For the on-off on that, I've added this jumper here. I just put a jumper on there. Most of my power supplies have a on-off switch on the back, but you could come off that with a external on-off switch, and that's a toggle, not a push button like on most computers. Modern computers, that is. Now, I could eventually one day go to the push button. It just requires some circuitry. I also added some solder masks on the PS2 port here on the mechanical through holes, and that's just to create a more solid connection. It was fine before, but this just makes it more solid. And then the USB module here, turn the board a little. You can see it's a 90-degree pin header coming off there instead of the ribbon cable, and I've added the decoupling capacitor there. That may not be required on the USB module. It may already have some built in. I haven't really examined the board too closely. I've added decoupling capacitors next to all the ISA slots for the 5 volt on each end, and that's just to try to help eliminate the noise. The only wiring change I made was on the ROM. I went directly on the right pin was connected, and I connected it directly to 5 volts, so it's hardware locked, so you can't write to it on this board. Originally, I had intentions of being able to update the ROM or make settings changes and save them to the ROM, but in reality, when I write bad code, it just corrupts the ROM, and then you have to reburn the ROM because your code corrupted it. So anyway, I'll show a little demo here of it booting up. No real changes there. Now it'll boot off the USB drive, DOS. Currently it's read-only. I need to sit down and do the write as well. And when it comes to the code, read and write are kind of identical. It's just a different command word you send out. And instead of reading the bytes in, you push some bytes out. So there you go. You can see DOS is running just fine. So anyway, thanks for checking this out.